My beloved child, have you ever laid in bed, eyes wide open, while your mind plays the same thought again and again like a broken record? You try to sleep, but your brain doesn't stop. You think about what you said earlier. You worry about what someone else might think. You imagine different ways the future could go wrong. And before you know it, the night is gone. And so is your peace. If this sounds like you, do not worry. You are not alone. Overthinking is something many of my children struggle with, but the good news is there's a way out. Overthinking is like standing in one place and running in circles. You feel tired, but you haven't moved. You feel stressed, but you haven't solved anything. It's a trap that keeps you stuck. Today, I am here to break that trap with you. You're going to learn how to stop overthinking and take control of your life. You're going to discover tools that will help you think clearly, feel calm, and take action with confidence. And it all begins right here, right now. Remember, the mind is a tool, not a master. I created your mind powerful. It can help you dream big, solve problems, and plan your future. It can imagine new ideas, create solutions, and guide you through difficult times. But as powerful as it is, your mind is only a tool. It is not meant to control you. It is meant to serve you. If you forget this truth, your mind can easily become your master and even your prison. Overthinking is what happens when you give your mind too much power. Instead of using your thoughts to take action, you stay stuck in your head, thinking about every possibility, every risk, every mistake. You go over the same thoughts again and again, hoping to find peace. But it never comes. Why? Because peace doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from learning when to stop. Imagine your mind as a sharp knife. A knife can help you cook, build, and create beautiful things. But if you misuse it or hold it the wrong way, it can also cut you. The same is true with your thoughts. When used wisely, your thoughts can help you grow. But if you believe every thought, they can hurt you. Here's a powerful truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices your thoughts. You are the one who can observe them, question them, and let them go. Just because a thought appears doesn't mean it's true. And just because it's in your mind doesn't mean it deserves your attention. So start using your mind like a tool. Watch your thoughts with curiosity, not fear. Choose the thoughts that help you. Let go of the ones that don't. That's how you take back your power. That's how you stop overthinking. Why do you overthink? To stop overthinking, you must first understand why you do it. Overthinking doesn't just happen without a cause. Most of the time it begins with fear. Fear is the root. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making the wrong decision, fear of being judged, fear of the unknown. When you face these fears, your brain tries to help you. It wants to protect you from danger, pain, and embarrassment. So it starts thinking and thinking and thinking. Your mind tells you, what if this goes wrong? Or what if I make a mistake? Or what if I'm not ready? It wants to find the perfect answer before you act. It wants to keep you safe. But in trying to protect you, your mind creates a prison of thoughts. You end up stuck in a mental loop. You go in circles thinking about every possible outcome but doing nothing. This is what overthinking really is, a loop made of fear and doubt. Imagine someone who wants to start a business. They have a great idea. They feel excited at first, but then the thoughts begin. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I lose all my money? What if I'm not smart enough? These questions seem helpful, but they are rooted in fear. The person does research. They plan again and again, but they never start. Why? Because the fear becomes stronger than the dream. This is the danger of overthinking. It steals your time. It steals your peace. It drains your energy. But worst of all, it steals your action. Without action, your dreams stay dreams. Without action, your ideas never come to life. Understanding this is the first step to breaking free. Action is the enemy of overthinking. The best way to stop overthinking is simple but powerful. Take action. Action is like a sword that cuts through the endless loop of thoughts. When you act, even in a small way, your focus shifts. You stop thinking so much and you start doing. You stop worrying about what could go wrong and you start making things happen. Overthinking lives in the mind, but action lives in the real world. Let's return to the person who wants to start a business. They've been thinking about it for weeks, maybe months. Their mind is full of what ifs. But what if instead of sitting and worrying, they take just one small step? Maybe they write down their business idea on paper, or maybe they call a friend and share it. Or they look up one helpful video online. That single action, even if it's small, breaks the pattern. It creates momentum. Momentum is powerful. Once you start moving, you feel a little more confident. You feel a little stronger. That strength helps you take the next step and the next. Suddenly, you're not stuck in your head anymore. You're moving forward. Many people wait for the perfect time. They say, I'll start when I feel ready. But the truth is, you don't feel ready first. You feel ready after you take action. Action creates readiness. Action builds courage. So if you're overthinking something right now, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Then ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today to move forward? Don't aim for perfect. Aim for progress. That one step may seem small, but it can lead to big changes. The chain of overthinking breaks when you act. Take that step. The door to change will open. Live in the present moment. One of the biggest reasons you overthink is because you spend too much time in the past or the future. Your mind keeps going back to old memories, what you said, what you did, or what others did to you. You replay painful conversations, you regret mistakes, you feel guilt for things you can't change. Or you jump ahead to the future. You imagine all the things that could go wrong. You worry about problems that haven't even happened. You fear failure, disappointment, and the unknown. When your mind lives in the past, it brings guilt, sadness, and pain. When your mind lives in the future, it creates anxiety, fear, and stress. But there is one place where peace always lives, the present moment, right here, right now. When you focus on the present, something amazing happens. Your mind begins to calm down. You stop asking, what if, and start asking, what now? That small question brings you back to your power. Instead of being lost in fear, you become aware of what you can do today. And when you take care of this moment, the next moment becomes easier. One powerful way to stay in the present is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present. If you are eating, eat slowly. Notice the taste, the smell, the texture. If you're walking, feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the wind, the sounds, the colors. If you're talking to someone, really listen to them. Don't think about your reply. Just listen with your whole mind. Your thoughts will wander, that's normal. But when they do, gently bring your attention back to now. Like training a muscle, the more you do it, the stronger your focus becomes. With practice, overthinking begins to fade and peace takes its place. Not everything needs an answer. One of the biggest reasons people fall into overthinking is the deep belief that everything must have a perfect answer. They think, I have to figure this out right now or I need to make the perfect decision. But life doesn't always give you perfect answers. Life is not a math problem. Sometimes things are messy, unclear, and uncertain. And that's completely okay. The truth is you don't need to understand everything to move forward. You don't need to solve every mystery to live in peace. There will be moments in life when you don't know what to do. There will be questions that don't have answers yet, but trying to force an answer too soon only creates stress, confusion, and anxiety. Look at nature. The sun rises and sets without needing a reason. Trees grow, flowers bloom, and seasons change. Nothing in nature tries to control everything. It simply flows. It trusts the process. In the same way, you must learn to flow with life, not fight it. If something is bothering you and no solution seems to appear, give yourself permission to pause. Say to yourself, I don't have the answer right now, and that's okay. This is not giving up. This is trust. You're trusting that the answer will come when the time is right. Sometimes clarity takes time. Sometimes wisdom grows in silence. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. Life is full of unknowns, and that's what makes it beautiful. When you accept uncertainty, your mind begins to relax. And when your mind is relaxed, it becomes open. It observes, it learns, it grows. A free mind does not overthink, it flows, and in that flow, peace is found. Don't believe every thought. Your mind can feel like a storm, fast, loud, and full of energy. Thoughts fly in from every direction. Some thoughts are helpful, others are not. But here's the truth. Just because your mind says something doesn't mean it's true. Many people who overthink make one big mistake. They believe every thought that comes into their head, but your thoughts are not always facts. Many times they are just habits. Imagine someone wakes up every morning and thinks, I'm not good enough. They didn't choose that thought. It just appears. It may have come from something someone said years ago, or maybe it grew out of past failures or pain, but now it repeats again and again. After a while, it feels real. It feels like the truth, but it's not. It's just a sentence in the mind, a voice that can be questioned. You can challenge your thoughts. When you notice a negative or fearful thought, pause. Ask yourself, is this really true? Do I have any proof? Would I say this to a friend? Most of the time you'll realize the thought has no real power, it's just noise. This is how you begin to take back control. You are not weak because your mind creates negative thoughts. Everyone has them. You become strong when you stop letting those thoughts control your life. You become powerful when you speak to yourself with kindness and wisdom. Start changing the story in your head. Replace, I can't do this with I will try my best. Replace what if I fail with what if I succeed. These simple changes in thought can change your entire mindset. And when your mindset changes, your life begins to change too. Write it down. Sometimes your mind feels heavy, not because something terrible has happened, but because it's simply too full. Thoughts keep spinning, worries keep growing, plans keep changing, and all of it is happening inside your head. No wonder it feels overwhelming. One of the easiest ways to lighten this mental weight is also one of the most powerful. Write it down. Grab a notebook or even a scrap of paper and begin to write. Don't worry about making it perfect. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, or style. This is not a school assignment. This is for you. Just write whatever comes to your mind. It could be fears, goals, ideas, confusion, anything. Let your thoughts flow onto the page like water from a bottle. Why does writing help? Because it gives your thoughts a place to go. When they stay in your head, they spin around in circles. But when you put them on paper, something changes. You start to see them clearly. Some thoughts suddenly look small. Some worries seem easier to handle. You might even laugh at how much you were stressing over something that wasn't a big deal. Writing helps you step back and look at things with calm eyes. You can also begin to notice patterns. Are the same thoughts showing up every day? What is truly bothering you? What do you want to change? Writing helps you understand yourself better. Try journaling for just 10 minutes a day. Do it in the morning to start fresh or in the evening to clear your mind. Make it your safe space, a private place where you can release stress, dream freely, and think honestly. Over time, your mind will begin to relax. You will feel lighter, clearer, and more in control. So the next time your mind feels too full, remember, write it down. Set time limits for decisions. One of the biggest reasons people overthink is because they struggle with making decisions. You want to make the perfect choice. You want to avoid mistakes. So you think about every possible outcome. You imagine every what if. You keep going back and forth between options, but the more time you spend thinking, the more confused and anxious you become. This is the trap of indecision. At first it seems like you are being careful, but after a while you're just stuck. You're not moving forward. You're standing still while life keeps going. There's a better way. Set a time limit. If you need to make a small decision like what to eat for dinner or whether to say yes to a simple plan, give yourself 10 minutes or less. For bigger decisions like a job change or a big purchase, give yourself 24 hours. Once the time is up, make the best decision you can with the information you have at that moment. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait until you're 100% sure. That moment may never come. Just make a choice and move forward. Here's what happens when you do this. You start to build confidence. You teach your brain that you can make decisions without fear. You stop second-guessing every little thing. And most importantly, you take action, because action is what creates results. Even if a decision doesn't turn out the way you hoped, you'll learn something, you'll grow, and next time you'll decide even faster. So instead of thinking for hours or days, set a timer, make the choice, trust yourself, move on. Life rewards those who decide and act, not those who wait forever hoping to be sure. Create a worry window. Let's be honest. Worrying is part of life. Everyone worries sometimes. It's natural. Your brain is trying to protect you from danger, from mistakes, or from future pain. But the problem begins when you let worry control your entire day. It starts in the morning and it doesn't stop until you go to sleep. This kind of constant worrying becomes overthinking. It makes your mind feel heavy, tired, and full. But what if you didn't try to fight worry all the time? What if you gave it a specific time and place? That's the idea behind the worry window. It's a simple technique and it works. Here's how to do it. Choose a time in your day, maybe in the afternoon or evening, and set a timer for 15 minutes. During this time, give yourself permission to worry freely. Sit down with a notebook or just close your eyes and let your worries come. Think about them, Feel them, write them if you want. Let your brain say everything it wants to say, but when the timer ends, that's it. The worry time is over. You close the window, you get up, stretch, and return to your life. If another worry comes up later in the day, tell yourself, I'll save this for my worry window. At first this may feel strange, but after a few days your brain will start to understand the new rule. Worry has a limit. It doesn't have to run wild all day. You are in control now. You decide when to worry and when to live. Try this for just 1 week. You may be surprised at how much lighter and calmer your mind feels. You're not stopping your worries, you're managing them. That's true power. Protect your mental space. Imagine your mind as a room. When this room is clean, calm, and organized, you can think clearly and feel peaceful. But if it's full of noise, clutter, and chaos, it becomes difficult to focus. Your thoughts get mixed up and overthinking takes over. It's like trying to work in a messy room. You can't find what you need and everything feels overwhelming. This is why it's very important to protect your mental space. What you allow into your mind matters a lot. The people you talk to, the information you read or watch, and the kinds of conversations you have all influence the quality of your thoughts. They can either build you up or tear you down. Start by asking yourself a simple question. What am I feeding my mind every day? If your answer is mostly negative news, gossip, or endless scrolling through social media where people show perfect lives, then your mind becomes heavy. You might start to believe you are not enough. You might imagine the worst things that could happen. This feeds your overthinking and makes it harder to feel calm. On the other hand, if you choose to fill your mind with positive things like inspiring books, uplifting videos, motivational talks, and moments of quiet reflection, your mind becomes stronger and clearer. You begin to feel more focused and peaceful. Protect your mental space by setting boundaries. Limit negative input. Decide what you watch, read, and listen to carefully. Choose to spend time with people who support and inspire you. Avoid those who complain or criticize all the time. Remember, you can't always control what happens around you, but you can control what you allow inside your mind. When you protect your mental space, overthinking loses its power and your mind becomes your greatest ally. Learn to pause before reacting. Overthinking often starts with a quick reaction. Imagine someone says something that hurts you. Maybe it's a harsh comment or a careless word. Suddenly your mind begins to race. Why did they say that? Did I do something wrong? What should I do next? These questions spin in your head like a storm, creating hours of mental stress and confusion. This is how overthinking takes control, but there is a simple and powerful habit that can stop this cycle: the pause. When something upsets you, don't rush to respond. Instead, pause. Stop for a moment. Take a deep breath. Count slowly to 5. Give yourself space to breathe and think clearly. This short break allows your emotions to settle and your mind to calm down. During this pause, remind yourself, I don't need to solve this right now. This pause is like pressing a reset button for your mind. It helps you avoid reacting from anger, fear, or confusion. Instead, you create a moment of calm to think clearly and choose your response wisely. When you practice pausing regularly, you begin to master your mind rather than letting your mind control you. You learn to act with wisdom, not just emotion. This doesn't mean you will never feel upset or stressed. You will still have emotions. This is part of being human. But you will no longer drown in them or let them push you into endless overthinking. With each pause, you build strength. You train yourself to think clearly and calmly, even in difficult moments. Over time, this simple habit can change your life, helping you find peace and control over your thoughts.